And yes, we are live, boys and girls. Welcome to another episode of What's the Right Shot? Question mark. And yeah, we're good to go today. We got another live show here, Jeff. Thanks for hanging out with us again today.
You're welcome.
We got the great Jeff Jacklitz with us again, and we're going to do our best to keep it in the single digit in terms of minutes today. We'll see. Can't guarantee it. I mean, it's kind of like that short lob that gets put up, and I can't guarantee that you're not going to get hit.
Right.
I mean, I'm trying to go to the open court, but there are going to be times when either you move into my target and I hit you, or I'm, I'm just look. I'm a human. I'm going across, and I'm trying to put the thing away, and the next thing I know is I'm a hair late, I'm a hair early, I'm a hair too high. Boom. Sorry. So I just thought I'd throw that out there for your entertainment. All right. What do we got today here? Well, we got a doubles point from an exhibition that I played a few years ago over Deep Canyon. Deep Canyon, I don't know what they call it, country club, something. But anyway, let me go stop that there. So look, I got a point for you. We're going to look at a doubles point. It's kind of a fun point, Jeff. And I'm not going to, we haven't even talked about, what the point's about. What's the shot we're going to look at? We know we're looking at a forehand volley. I kind of let the cat out of the bag of that one. However,
at some point, there's going to be a forehand volley.
Yeah. But I'm going to ask you, what do you think's the right shot? Before we get into today's episode, guys, a couple of reminders. Number one, every day at this time, 8 a.m. Pacific, I'm doing a live stream. What's the right shot? Two things about what's the right shot. Number one, shot choice. Where do you want the ball to land over there, and where do you want to move to next? We're streaming to Facebook, YouTube, and also X, formerly known as Twitter. And I guess there's a way to do it to Instagram, but I might need some help with that. So anyway, we're trying to get everywhere. And then in the afternoons, daily at 2:30 p.m. Pacific, doing some tennis mindset training, which was the big difference maker for me last year, 2023, and the results I had. And I was sort of in denial about that for, I don't know, 50 years. Maybe a little bit less than that in terms of the importance of it. So join me there. Again, these are all free live shows. And then, Jeff, let's get into this point. I'm going to play it until we get to that forehand volley, assuming you can see it okay. And here it comes. So, what's the right shot? What's the right shot, Jeffrey?
What's the right shot? I like the fact that the ball's up.
Yeah.
Right. From this perspective, it looks like you got about shoulder high. You're very well prepared. You're ready to go. Your feet are like locked in. You're ready to, drive through the ball with your feet. Looking at it, for me, there's two primary options here. One, you can try and hook the ball and go back cross court to the player in front of you.
What's the danger with that shot choice?
Danger with that is that puts you might get the ball to him too fast and you can't recover, and he ends up with the play down your line.
Thank you.
Outsmarting you, out reflexing you, right? Because he knows he's in a bit of trouble, so he may just automatically react knowing he's got some open court and just take off, right? And then you end up inadvertently leading him a beautiful forehand ball.
So it's kind of a guess on both of our parts, right? So he's guessing that he's got to commit. He's either got to kind of stay where he is to cover the middle, or else maybe he's got to scoot to his right.
I like the play that's on your racket right now, to take it to the low backhand of the player in red.
Okay.
Because your partner is standing in front of him. He's negotiating his position right now. Your partner is, but he's in front of the guy in red. His position is neutral in his half of the court right now. And so if you take the ball low and away, again, it doesn't have to be a winner, just low in there in the dirt, to the player in red, his backhand right there where your cursor is. I
Yeah.
like that play because he's going to have to bring the ball up then.
Yeah.
There is no quick flick, nothing, I mean, he can come up with a miracle shot, of course, that can always happen. But I like to play low into his backhand right there without trying to hit a winner from your position because you're a hair deep in the court.
Yeah. So really what you're saying is if you go there, there's no guessing about what an opponent's going to do. If I go back to the guy who's now kind of stuck in the middle, I've got to kind of guess as to what he's going to do.
Right. And again, it is a little cat and mouse right now.
Yeah.
I mean, and to get it past him, you'd really have to, you got to stick it. But I like to play the other because for you drive the ball to the guy in red, his feet, left side, into the service box where you had your cursor before. You get to keep just moving your position and clog the center of the court. He has no cross court option really from that play. So anyway, that's what I see.
Yeah. Okay. Should we take a look?
Let's take a look.
Okay. I did the least smart thing.
And you went lob over the guy in red.
I went short lob to the guy in red. No, I didn't go lob over. I went, no. Here's what I did. My guess was that the guy in the blue in front of us was going to cover the middle. And I just went over here. And luckily, not luckily, that's kind of a shot I like, but I think in the end, you got to be really careful with that because if it's not an outright winner,
right,
you really got problems. And so
let's
I think that
going there, go to the point where the ball bounces.
Okay, it's right here. There it is.
Okay, so that's pretty tight margin, right? You're cutting the ball.
Yeah.
And here's like for me when I'm coaching doubles teams, the point is to clog the middle and make your opponent go to the edges to hit their winners.
Exactly.
Because there's always a possibility they could overplay it, and hit that out, right? So you hit a technically perfectly sound volley. Obviously, you can do that. You cut the ball beautifully. So great shot for sure. But I like the fact that your opponents, they were clogging the middle, and so you had to go to the edge on that particular play.
Yeah. So yesterday's thing, we looked at the serve and volley. Was that yesterday?
I think so. Yeah.
In a single serve and volley, and we talked about kind of feeling it on that day, just feeling it. But both of these volleys, for me, require thinking about if that's my shot choice. Where yesterday I went cross court with it. Today, essentially it's the same volley. It's going cross court, but you have to get around the outside of the ball. You can't kind of get behind it and then flick it with the hand to go over there.
Right.
You got to bring the palm of your hand around the outside, got to contain that corner and really be decisive with it. You can't really just kind of push it over there.
Right.
And
I think the fact that your opponent, the guy in blue there, he was still in recovery mode from his shot when you had the ball on your strings. Right. So that's where you picked up that quarter to half a step ahead of him. I love that right there, that play right there, your forehand that you just drove deep.
All I'm thinking about here is
that's a great play.
This is a low ball. This is not.
Yeah.
It's so I'm going. I don't really have a play at the player across from me. The ball's just too low.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to see if I can at least shove it deep. I know it's coming back, but maybe.
But I love the fact that he's on the run and he's, you're making him hit a backhand from the middle of his half of the court, the middle of the deuce court.
So why don't I take it now? Why don't I step forward and take it now? That's a good question, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a great question.
I don't
know.
have.
No one knows what goes on in the mind of Brent Abel.
Well, yeah. Well, let's not delve too deep because you might not like what you find. Anyway, I thought Lenny's little drop volley here was a little. I think he had a better shot choice, but it ends up where this guy doesn't do much with it. And then Lenny plays a ball in the middle. Look, I mean, Lenny's got shot choices here. And I think Paul, the guy in red, is maybe he knows Lenny that he likes to go up the line with us. So he's not really covering middle. And then it goes in the middle. And here you have it.
Yeah. Well, I think, if we're going to get, we can get a little hyper picky.
Yeah.
And based on where Lenny has the ball, go back to like the ball on Lenny's racket, right?
Okay.
Where he's just about to make contact with it, right?
Yeah.
So for me, go ahead, keep going, right? One more click where everybody gets set, right? So I think the guy in red is actually doing the proper thing. He's corralling the ball, right? So there is no down the line for Lenny, really. He's covered it. I don't think he's over covered it. But I think the guy in blue, your opponent in blue, if that's me, my left foot is probably on the center line. I'm that far over.
Yeah.
Like really, again, clogging the center. I'm going to make Lenny bring the ball. If he's going to go cross court, he's got to bring the ball across in front of me to hit the super angle.
Well, he's got the cross court lob so available to him because I think these guys need to be in a different position. I think Paul in red needs to be up closer, and I think his partner in blue needs to be back further. So I think they need to really reverse their position. So Jeff, we're at 11 and a half minutes. I got to wrap this up. So there you go. Nice.
There you go.
Nice.
Nice
Yeah, the crowd,
little.
Yeah, the crowd goes crazy. And by the way, who's the greatest entertainer in these exhibition matches? Would you say? Are we looking right at him right here? I mean, not me. So anyway, guys, look, missing piece. Yeah, this was really what made the big difference for me in 2023, which was developing 5 mindset skill habits. I train them every day, most of the time, a couple times a day. If you find that you're not getting the win, you're not closing it out when you're serving for the set or for the match, or maybe you're feeling tight, nervous, anxious, whatever it is, I'm not going to use the word choke, but we know what that feeling is. I want to help you out. I got a course, webtennis.com/SLR, the number 5 habits. There's a link down below. And I invite you to get into it and try it out. I think it'll help you in terms of making a difference in your game. And by the way, Jeff, let me change this to this. I've got a laminated card that on one side says the 4 parts between points routine. Laminated mean that you can stick it in your tennis bag and not worry about it getting all ripped up and torn apart.
I like it.
And then on the other side, we have the 7 cues to think about for a top spin. I put the hypey word kicker in there. Yeah. So anyway, there's 7 things to think about to practice. There's also a QR code here that will take you to the 4 parts between points routine.
Very cool
video. So guys, I just got these yesterday. If you want one, shoot me an email with your mailing address. I'm happy to send one to you, Brent@webtennis.com. I am going to charge for shipping and the cost. The whole thing costs about $3 to produce and to ship out to somebody. So if you want one, send me your email. And a shipping address. I'll send you a little payment, $3 deal, and we'll get going from there. All right, guys, that's it for me today. Quick reminder, 2:30 this afternoon Pacific. I'm going live with some tennis mindset training, a little nugget or two, something that I kind of figured out, maybe something that I wasn't great at before.
Yeah.
Like a little bit too much emotional response when I missed that easy shot.
The chunker.
Yeah. And I got to tell you that the wood rackets were a lot easier to break than
I got a laundry list of those.
Yeah.
Of basically turning them into Kindle.
Yeah, right.
Kindling,
So anyway, thank God that's changed, not only for my racket expense, but also for the others on the court with me.
Yeah.
Not a great look. All right, guys. Yeah. All right. That's it for me today. Thanks, Jeff. As always, guys, get out there, help someone else have a great day. See you again next time.